to find a comfortable seat. It might be cross-legged with the hands on the knees. Finding a length of your spine and just bring a little bit of movement into the spine before we settle into the breath. So as you inhale, lengthen, and then on the exhale, take the chest over towards the left knee, skim it across the shins over to the right, and as you breathe in, return back up and centered. These Sufi grind, so as you exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose. And you can find a pace that feels good for you, maybe a little more dynamic, particularly if you're just starting the day and wanting to shift some stuck energy. It can be a great warming practice just to move into the spine, into this more forceful breath, particularly the exhale. Bending through the elbows, roll the shoulders through. And then without missing a beat, simply change direction. And one last time before you find your way to center. Sitting a little to the front of the sit bones, grow the spine out of the hips. Bend the elbows, settle into your seat. Let everything settle like you've placed down a glass of muddy water that you've been stirring up. And as you let it settle on the bench now, feel any heaviness move to the base. Feel a lightness, a spaciousness through the torso, through the breath, through the mind. Take a moment to feel into the breath, moving into that soft belly as you inhale, it expands. And just at the top, perhaps hold that breath for just 2 counts, very lightly. Before exhaling, and at the bottom of the exhale, simply notice perhaps adding 2 counts as you leave the breath out. Just give yourself the opportunity to feel into the space between the breaths so that the breath is unhurried, and this is the breath that you can take with you into this practice. Just leaving a little bit of momentary pausing. And as you focus on the breath and also become aware of how you're feeling before you continue any further into this practice, taking note and allowing this to help you set your intention, what you'd like to receive through this practice of yoga. And as you find yourself onto the hands and knees, spread the fingers nice and wide, curl the toes under. As you breathe in, scoop up the chest and the sit bones, just looking forward. As you exhale, looking in towards the navel as you round into your cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, looking in, and then finding your way into downward dog at the very end of that exhalation. Pause. When you're ready to breathe in, return to the knees, scoop up the chest and the sit bones. Exhale to round. Finding downward dog. Just one last time like this. So hopefully you can still feel that brief pause between the breaths. So although we're practicing vinyasa, placing the body in a particular way, in a particular style, finding child's pose here, be mindful of the breath so that you're not ever feeling rushed or hurried. You're still always in control. And of course, child's pose. I don't think there's ever enough child's pose in our lives, so come to it whenever you need to. Grounding down through both hands evenly as you find your way to down dog once more. Could you find stillness here as you feel the under. Relax through the neck. Focusing on the breath. Beginning to make your way to the front of your mat. So bringing the feet out in front, about hip distance apart before sliding the hands to the shins. Inhaling the chest halfway and exhale to fold. A reverse swan dive here or a spinal roll, and allowing those arms to float up and overhead. Exhaling down to the chest. We'll take a heart opening breath here, breathing and expanding the arms, expanding from collarbone to collarbone. Exhale, draw the hands back to center. Scooping the arms up as you inhale, lead with the heart, knees off lock, folding, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Bringing the hands down to the mat, step back. Find half plank or full plank if you prefer, shifting the weight forward as you breathe in, look forward. Engage through the core, exhale to release down. Finding Shalabhasana, reaching back through the fingers and toes. Inhale, rising up, bending a little through the elbows and knees. One last breath in. And as you exhale, releasing down to the floor. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the tail, engage through the belly, supporting the lower back. Come up through hands and knees. Still active through the core as you find your downward facing dog. Mind is settling on the breath. Making your way forward to the front of the mat as you breathe in, lifting the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, use the legs, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up and exhaling down through center. Taking the arms alongside the body, breathing in, finding Utkatasana, exhale. Inhale to lift. Notice that you can grip into all 10 toes. Having a little peek there that the knees are tracking along the ankles. Feeling the glutes switch on as you lift up. There might be a little squeeze through the buttocks there, nice and strong, using those strong glute muscles. As you sink down this time, you can stay here but take the arms up. Feel like you're tearing the mat apart with your feet. Breathing in, straighten the legs, reach forward, chest to thighs as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping all the way back into down dog. Bend the knees, take the right leg up into the space behind you. So rather than opening that right hip, you want to drop it slightly, left knee is bent. Inhale, rise up a little higher, so the left heel lifts, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, simply bend the left knee and draw that left heel down. Pulsing on this left foot, inhale, right leg extends a little higher. Exhale, pulse, lowering slightly. Last time, inhale to lift. Stepping the right foot forward in between the hands, come down to the left knee. Inhale the arms up. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale down through center. Heart opening breath. Inhale. Framing the front foot. Stepping back into down dog. Press the mat away through the hands. Feel the spine long. Lift up to the sit bones. Picking up the left leg. Breathing in. Rise up a little higher from the right ball of the foot. As you exhale, pulse the right heel down. Inhale to lift. So that left leg is coming down slightly as well. But remember, not opening that left hip. Almost dropping that left hip more than you think you need to. Next time you lift, feel the space you create. Step the foot forward. Lower down to the knee. Inhale the arms up. Feel the legs actively drawing towards each other. Hands draw down through center. Inhale to open. Exhale, framing the front foot. Ready to step forward as you breathe in, lift halfway. bringing the left elbow towards the right knee and just letting that left knee do what it needs to. It probably comes forward a little, that's okay. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Feel the rib cage coming around as you resist the elbow against that knee. Inhale back to center, exhale to fold. Taking a breath in, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back, bring yourself down to the left knee. Right hand to thigh or hip. Inhale, left arm lifts, as do the hips. We need this space. Exhale the elbow over towards the knee without touching it. Inhale, lift. As you bring that arm and elbow across again, feel the left rib cage coming around. Inhale. Last time, this time you could bring the elbow against that knee, feel the resistance here, or alternatively, use the back of the hand. So if that gives you more space through the torso, stick with that one today. Otherwise, elbow to knee, palms might come to touch, an option to lift up the back knee. Pressing back through the heel, lifting up through that back calf, back thigh. Returning the hands to frame the front foot, stepping back into your plank or half plank. Inhale forward, exhale release all the way down. Locust, Shalabhasana, inhale. Exhale, release. Coming up through hands and knees, taking your time, activating the body so you're strong and supportive. Downward dog. Gliding the left leg up into the air, breathing in. Take a tiger curl here, exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale, stepping the foot forward. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, cross the body. So rather than sinking through the hips here, it's a good idea to stay lifted. Imagine the legs scissoring towards each other. You're creating this strong and stable base before landing the elbow or the back of the hand to the outside of that left leg. Option to pick up the back knee, press back through the heel. You'll feel that right glute hugging in, all three of them. And then bringing your hands down to frame the front foot. Take a breath in, come forward, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to circle the arms all the way upward. As you find yourself in Tadasana, you might like to place one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, or perhaps just letting the arms rest alongside you. Turning the palms forward, or even out slightly. Feeling that bend through the knees, grounding down through the legs. Feel an evenness through the two sides of your body. Feel a settling through your whole body. If the eyes aren't already open, go on and open those eyes now. Send a little more weight to the left leg and bring the right knee bent, facing in front of you. So you could be on the big toe, you could interlace the fingers around the knee. So try not to be rigid through that standing leg. That micro bend is going to allow you to catch any little wobbles, and maybe taking the right arm up, perhaps rotating the arm around. If it's in your practice to extend the right leg and hold on with the big toe, you could do that as well if you chose to. And then you're folding everything back in, bringing the arm, the leg, and returning back onto 2 feet. Inhale the arms up, maybe a little back bend if you're feeling warm, and exhale to fold. Take a breath Practicing the arms as you bend through the elbows, fan out the fingers, open through the chest. Legs are working towards each other here, and you'll feel again the squeezing of the right buttock. That'll help to give you that support. As you release the breath, release the hands to frame the front foot. You could take a connecting vinyasa here if you wanted to, or simply find downward dog or child's pose. Right leg extends to the air as you breathe in. Time movement with the breath. Exhale, tiger curl, shoulders stack over the wrists. Inhale to extend. Left leg steps through in between the hands. High lunge. Practicing the arms, bending at the elbows, drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other. Feel the strength and stability of the physical body, and then notice where you can dial back a little bit of that effort. Find softness, ease. As you release the breath, release the hands, frame the front foot. Inhale, step forward, look forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bringing the palms to touch. Exhale, drawing down through center. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale. Drawing in and sending the weight into the left leg. All 5 toes. Again, you may like to just be on the big toe of the left foot. Play with balance here. Otherwise, as you interlace the fingers and draw the knee in towards the chest, you'll feel the lower abdominal muscles switching on here to help hug that knee in towards you, so it's not just all the effort of the arms. Option to hold with the right hand, take the left arm up alongside the ear. Maybe just back yourself to rotate that left arm back. Or could you take a peek over to the left side of your mat or towards those back fingertips? Coming back through center before replacing the foot down, bringing the hands to touch. Inhale, scooping up, opening up, smiling into the breath. Exhale to fold. Take a breath in, lift halfway, maybe expand the arms out to the side like wings, reach forward through to the crown, back to the tail. Feel the heels wanting to drag back into that space behind you. Exhale, release. Stepping the left leg back, high lunge. Finding these cactus arms. Flipping the palms back into that space behind you, sending the arms back like wings as you draw the chest forward, moving into Virabhadrasana 1, taking the left leg up. Just like you did in your 3-legged dog, dropping that left hip. Point the toes, reach back into that extended leg. Lightly place that left foot back onto the floor. Take the arms up alongside you. Exhale, lower the hands. Stepping back into plank or half plank as you inhale forward. Exhale to release. You may like to take locust or cobra as you lift up through the upper back, bending through the elbows, nice and broad through the chest, releasing all the way down. Finding your way into downward dog, continuing to feel those momentary pauses in between the breath, helping you to stay deeply connected with the breath threading through this practice for you today. Left leg glides to the air. Exhale, curling in. Try and touch the left heel to the left buttock. Inhale to lift. Exhale, stepping the foot forward in between the hands. Take the arms up when you're ready. Bending through the elbows. Turning the palms back as you start to draw the chest Reach back into those extended toes. You can always bring the hands to the hips here if you prefer. And then lightly release that foot to the floor. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, frame the front foot. Take a step forward as you look forward. Exhale to fold. Here we're heel-toeing the feet wider, lowering down into your malasana. You could have a blanket or even the end of your mat rolled up underneath your heels to help the heels connect. Bring the palms together perhaps and feel the elbows helping to expand the inner thighs, the sacrum, the lower back. And as you prepare to release, you can bring the hands down, maybe even out in front a little is helpful as you start to straighten the legs. Heel toe them back in about hip distance apart. You might like to walk them out a little here. You could have a block under the hands. Step your way back into down dog and continue this little walk here on the spot, lifting the heels one at a time. Lowering your way down to child's pose. Stay present with these next 5 breaths. Watch the breath move into the body, and as you exhale, count 5. Counting the exhales all the way down to 1. And the energy of your breath. And as you find your way to a comfortable seat, as you began the practice, perhaps the posture, the pose in which you're placing your body now seems identical to how you began this practice. But I'm sure that you can experience your inner world has altered already in such a short space of time. And take a moment just to sit with that again, this glass of muddy water that's now been placed down on the bench. Feeling into your sit bones and legs, releasing that effort there as they become like warm toffee just melting into the floor. Feel the support of the back body, the spine vibrant as you lift up through to the crown of the head. And notice a softness through the front of your body. The natural wave-like movement from the abdomen, ribs, into the base of the collarbone with the breath, moving in. And as you breathe out, that softness from the collarbones, the ribs, the navel contracting in. This is all just happening, and you're simply choosing to notice this now. And as you slow down the movement of the body, become aware that the breath will naturally also slow. And from here, as you focus a little more on that steady, calm breath, the mind is the next to fall in line with this same pattern, leading you into a deeper state of inner calm, presence, prelude to moving into a meditation or a breathwork practice, perhaps one from the online library, or even just taking the time to sit for a little longer, reaching for your journal, noting how you're feeling on this day. The intentions of how you'd most like to feel as you continue in this life.